Well, friends, I have another deck review here, and it's another Lenormand deck. This one is called Pauls Lenormand of the Middle Ages, and I found this also on Etsy. I do not recall the price I paid, but it has 36 cards, and it's by Libra Moon Incorporated. I figured I'd try it out. So let's go to open this up and get an idea of what this deck even looks like. Okay, so a little bit challenging to open. I hate that because it's hard to sometimes get the plastic off and you can damage the box with scissors, right? So be careful of that. But what's nice about this, it's got a little tray. You see that? It's actually really nice. Oh, it's got a little guidebook too. I did not know that. So that's the box, which means it's a good keepsake. It'll last for a long time. Put that here. And then the cards, they're in plastic also, but we won't look at them right now. So I'm going to turn them upside down so we don't cheat. I'll look at the guidebook first. So the guidebook, not bad quality at all. It's pretty decent. And then let's see, do they have any spreads for this deck? He does go into all the details of the cards, what they mean, at least to him. So they're a little bit different than what you would normally see, but it aligns with typical Lenormand tradition. All right, hold on. It has some resources to other sites if you're interested in that kind of a thing. Different decks too, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna check them out. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different websites. That's cool. Inspiration for the deck was why it was created. And I think that's it. Yeah, there's no spread, so that's just a little guidebook. So it gives you information based on his interpretation of the cards, right? Which is totally cool. Now the deck has this plastic wrapping. Does it come off easy? No, we're gonna have to use scissors again. God, I hate that. So give me a second. Open this up. Okay, so be careful when you take the plastic off because I had to use scissors and get in there, and I could actually damage the card. But what's really pretty is the gold gilding. I love when they do this on decks. Right, the quality of these actually feel pretty. They're actually thick. They feel really good. They feel like paper, but they feel nice. I think they have a coating on them. I'm not sure. I don't know if the paper would split, but it does feel pretty good regardless. Okay, so the back of the deck looks like this. See that? It's actually really nice. So I'm going to maybe drop the camera down a touch and just rip through these. And if I have any commentary as we go through these, I'll add it. All right, give me a sec. All right, so we kick it off with card number 1, the Rider. And if you notice on the bottom of the card right there, see the light hitting it? It has the word Rider. So every card does have that. So if you don't know what it means, you can look there and get the idea. Get the meaning of the card. It tells you the word, right? That was the Rider. Next up, we have the Clovers. Okay. The Ship. That's a cool ship card. I like how they have little demons on it as well. Has that real cool medieval feel to it. The House. The Tree. Health, stability, right? Clouds. Ooh. That's cool. Clouds over a city is that dark feeling, that dark vibe. Like a storm is brewing, storm's coming. It'll pass, but it's got to come first. That's a really cool cloud card. Then we have the Snake. I love the imagery on this. Really cool. The Coffin. The Bouquet. Oh, whoops. Missed one there. I missed 2 cards actually. There we go. Hold on. You have the Scythe. Harvesting. The Whip can be pain. Birds, communication. Gossiping, right? Child. Interesting, coming out of the womb. That's a trip. I've never seen a child like that before. Means like really fresh, new, young, original ideas, very naive, immature. That's a really interesting child card. I can go on that one for days. Next, we have the Fox. Yeah, it's a goose in the mouth or a duck in the mouth. That's cool. The Bear. The Stars. And again, modern readings, this could also be like communication, networking, something like that. It could be the internet, satellites, so forth, stars, okay, constellations. So it's not always about hope or things of that nature. It has a lot more meaning, again, depending on the question, how you read it. Stork, the dog, the tower. It's wild because tower could also mean isolation. It could also mean on top of your position. It could also mean confined in like a hospital or a prison or something like that. So it has different meanings. So it's interesting that they're working on the tower on this one. The garden, social, the mountains, huh. Crossroads. Yeah, some of the stuff I'm just not getting the traditional vibe on at all. What does this say here with the crossroads? We know it's a decision has to be made, but according to him, what's he got going on with it? That's card number 22, right? Let's see. 24 is the heart. 22, okay. A symbol of choice and decision, which is correct, but he has the crossroads represents the core of decision making and change, highlighting crucial instances that influence our futures. Yep. On a spiritual level, it encourages self reflection, emphasizes the importance of listening to our inner voice while we journey through life's various routes. Welcome these decisions as chances for personal development, as they can result in significant insights about ourselves and foster a stronger bond with the divine. I like that. This has nice spiritual annotation to it, so it's really cool. Next, we have the mice, which basically just tear everything apart. They're a nuisance. I like the cat ready to pounce on them. The heart, the ring. Interesting. The book, the letter. Okay. The man, male querent or male energy querent. The woman, female querent or female energy. Again, it could be male or female, but usually that would be a lady or it could be a man. Again, it just depends how you read it. Lily, that's cool. It has that old type vibe. The wisdom, that's exactly what that means. We have the sun, the moon, the key. I don't know if that's a key to open up the keg to get drunk, so that's success or what, but that's interesting nonetheless. The fish is usually around finances, money, and they go on both ways, which is cool. All right. Next, we have the anchor. Once it drops, it holds the ship steady and ain't going nowhere. After the anchor, we have the cross. And then, okay, so he has a list card here, which is really cool, that goes over like a cheat sheet. All right, so the rider is messenger news, clover stroke. The clover is interesting too because the clover is not just about luck. So in ancient time, the clover was about people who had cattle. They would have their fields, right? When the rain came, the clovers would grow, their cattle could feed, and therefore they have a good harvest, right? But the rain didn't come, the clovers wouldn't grow, and what happens is the cattle could starve. So there's more meaning than just a stroke of luck. It's a lot more rich than that. Then you have the ship journey. See the scythe is sudden cut, endings or change. A whip is actions or arguments, but again, it's not always that. So again, it depends on how you read, but these look more like they're holding to tradition, which is great. So anyway, let's see how they shuffle. Normally when I shuffle these small cards, I don't do a bridge shuffle because they're just too small. I have to overhand, but they slide really nice. You know, they have a nice feel to them. And the paper quality is pretty good. I don't know if they're protected, but I think, are they linen? I'm not sure if linen or not. I can't tell. But they're decent quality, and I like the gold edging on them. And with Lenormand, you always read in pairs. Sacrifice of some type, and the anchor, I didn't shuffle those very good. So it's kind of like you have to basically die in order to have stability, right? That's a really quick read, but that's how you read it. It's kind of like this is like the subject or the noun, and this is the adjective that clarifies this. So, what kind of resurrection or what kind of grief? It's around stability, right? And so you always read from left to right. So keep that in mind when you're messing around with Lenormand trying to learn it. You also can use the numerology, which is 35 and 36. You have a 9. But when you look at the 36, the 9 is all around you attain something greater, right? You're near the end of a cycle. But then with the 3 creates that energy and the 6 creates energy. So with the 3 and the 6 is saying that through the communication, you can have peace. And that's going to bring you back and to resurrect once again, right? Something like that. And then here you have a 5 and a 3, which is an 8. And the ship, what? It keeps on going. Keeps going. You have to kind of sometimes go with the flow, go with the current in order to get where you got to go. The anchor can stop that, but then too, when you drop the anchor sometimes, what can happen in rough waters? It's going to be kind of turbulent, right? A little bit violent. Anyway, that's all I got on this deck. If you enjoyed it, let me know. And my recommendation is buy it. It's actually a really nice deck, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's well done. The paper quality, again, I'm not sure if there's a coating on this or not, but there might be like a little bit of wax on it. Regardless, I say they're actually beautiful. So until next time, I want to see each of you in my next review. All right. Bye now.